Mechanical licenses are very, very crucial for a songwriter. They are the songwriter's bread and butter. Artists need to understand that if you are a writer of songs as well as a performer, your income earning potential goes up exponentially. And this is important in bands, where if you've got a lead singer that writes all the music, and he or she is the songwriter, and then the other members of the band aren't, they're going to receive much less money over the long haul. The reason for that is that by statute, a songwriter is entitled to receive what's called a compulsory license fee anytime their music is used in a mechanized version. So in other words, you take your song and it gets put onto a CD. They are making a mechanical reproduction of that song. That's why it's called a mechanical license. The term actually dates back to when sheet music transferred over to piano rolls. They were mechanically reproducing the sheet music on a piano roll, so they determined that they should call this a mechanical license. It's still called a mechanical license. And all it means is that whenever a record label sells one of your songs that you've written on their CD, they have to, by statute, pay you a royalty. That royalty rate is set by a group called the Copyright Tribunal. They meet periodically every several years, and they look at inflation, they look at interest rates, they look at a number of things and set this rate. This rate has never gone down. Year by year it goes up. It just went up about a year and a half ago to 8.5 cents per song for any song that's under 5 minutes. If it's over 5 minutes, there's a fraction, and you get more the longer the song is. It's planned to go up again to, I think, 9 something in the next couple years. So it always goes up. So as a writer, you know that every time you sell a record, however many songs you have on that record, you are owed 8.5 cents per song. Now, if you do a deal with a publisher, and the publisher is collecting your mechanicals, they're administering your mechanicals, then they will take their 15 to 25% administration fee as their admin fee and remit to you the rest. But you own those songs. The record label doesn't own the songs. They are licensing them from you. That's why it's called a mechanical license. They own the sound recording, but they don't own the individual songs. If you are a songwriter and you want to make sure your mechanicals are paid, but you want to maintain ownership of your songs, you go and you do a deal with someone like Bug, who goes and they administer your copyrights. They collect from the record labels. They keep X% for their services, and they give you the rest. You're still the writer. You're still the publisher. They're just the administrator. And in point of fact, Bug just hires out to Harry Fox Agency, and Harry Fox goes and does the actual collection. The reason they do that is because it's very hard for an individual writer to get Harry Fox to go and collect for you. Harry Fox takes 5%, Bug takes their 15%, you get the rest. The danger is that sometimes labels need a little pressure to pay, and that's where these agencies come into place. But they are bound to do it, and you can sue them if they don't. So I signed to Sony Records, and I write all my own songs, and I'm signed to the label. I'm both the performer and the writer. There's a clause in contracts, record label contracts, called the Controlled Composition Clause, which basically is a clause that negotiates down the statutory mechanical rate without any real negotiation. It just, it's a negotiation because you're signing off onto it, but you're not really negotiating all that much. And what it says is that the labels will pay these people who both write and perform their own songs. In other words, people signed to the label who also write their own songs, typically 75% of what they pay normally to people that are not signed to the label. So as somebody who writes my own songs and signed to the label, I get 25% less than somebody who just writes a song and someone covers that song. The key thing to understand is that if you write your own songs, you will benefit far more because you have a stream of royalty that has to come to you, by law. Whereas your artist royalty, you've got to recoup certain things. You have to pay the label back for expenses that they incur in selling the record. Mechanical royalties from record one, they come to you.